Hey, if you don't know us yet,
We are Leslie and April.
we are two
We
chicks
have been
chatting.
friends for 30.
Getting to the root, not the boot, the root.
The root of our problems.
Well, in even the I don't even know. I mean, is the root in other areas of life other than problems? You know, can you get to what's the root of your happiness? What's the root
Ooh,
of your bliss? What's
ooh,
the root of your peace?
yes. Say it. Holy cow, I didn't think of it that way. Yeah, that's great. I'm actually trying to figure that out myself. I'm trying to figure out my balance in a different way, with a new relationship that's very flexible and open to that. So I'm trying to figure out how, it's so flexible and open. It's like, okay, what do I want? You know,
Well,
like
I
there's
think
no
you
constraints.
are in your relationship, you are living the statement, be careful what you wish for, you just might get it.
Absolutely. I've been telling myself that for like a week and a half. I wanted this. This is what I wanted, I think.
Now, what do I do with it?
And now that I have it, I'm like, uh-oh. you know.
Well, and now that you have it too, you really have to manage it with care because you asked for it.
Yes, there is some uh there's definitely some maintenance or upkeep or tilling of the soil, so to speak. We want to stick to the root theme of keeping that flow going, and
Yes.
conversation and communication, and uh talking about, okay, here's an opportunity because we're having a moment where we're both not happy. Here's an opportunity for us to dig in and say, okay, why is this making us both unhappy? What would you like? What would you like? Where can we actually compromise that won't, be a big deal for us? And if it is a big deal, then we might have to talk about it multiple times to try to come up with
Yes.
a solution. But yeah, so
So,
one,
and you have to start having conversations where you can grow together versus grow apart
that's right.
because you've asked God, the universe, whatever whatever you want to lean on to give you a relationship that meets these criteria.
Yes.
So it's like you can't ask God to give you something and then like treat it like crap. You gotta,
Yeah. No. And, it's a human being too. I'm thinking like I want to, regardless of our relationship, I want to try to be respectful on a human level,
yeah,
like as if you were a friend of mine, but we were intimate.
yeah. No,
So,
you're somebody that I actually want to treat with care. I
yeah.
care about you. I want to treat you with care. So now we have to figure out how to communicate in a way that gets us both to an end result that we're excited about.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it also teaches us how to maneuver with each other in the meantime. In this, last week, it was really to me like a non confrontational item that was just, I, I, I was, it was a low level item. Let's just put it that way for
Yeah.
me. And it struck, frustration in him. So, okay, let's see how we can maneuver this and what can actually happen. And if we communicate about it and we both know, okay, this is where I'm coming from and this is where he's coming from, and here's what we agreed upon, now it's not an issue anymore. So we've hopefully gotten to the root. Now,
Well,
if it comes up again,
but here's the other thing. Even if it does come up again, is it because it's tugging at the root of something for one of you that has not been handled properly, hasn't been completely handled? So there's some level of,
or or if
Go ahead.
one of us isn't being completely honest in this conversation, then
100%.
and you're trying to compromise because you think you want to make the other person happy and you think that that's what they really want, even though it's not what you really want. You have to stand up for your own happiness. And I have to trust that he's standing up for his own happiness. Otherwise, it's
100%.
not going to work.
Yeah. And
Ooh, I'm going
and
to tell
and
him that.
if you're in a relationship with somebody who's not willing to tell you the 100% truth,
Yeah.
is it because in a previous relationship they learned that they have to compromise before they're willing to tell the truth in order to maintain the relationship? Or you've taught them that telling you the truth is not going to get them to a place where they can be happy and you can be happy and you can move in a
Right, right,
forward
right.
direction.
So they're
So
used to it not being that way. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
yeah, I think a lot of people, unfortunately, in relationships are still in their last relationship while they're in their current relationship.
Yeah. But
And you gotta let go of Fred in order to date Bob.
yes, for real.
Yeah,
Because the two
for
totally
real, for
different,
real.
for real, for real.
Yeah, you
But
can't. Yeah,
there,
you can't hang
it,
out with Sally and be hanging out with Jane. Like you have to separate the reality between the two. But then that's the issue. How do you get to that underlying place where you're able to
well,
let it go?
to me, it's not even about how you act in, how you're programmed to act in relationship. To me, I'm getting to the core of myself. I'm knowing
Yeah.
myself. I'm saying what I need. I'm saying what makes me happy. I'm still trying to figure it out.
Okay,
Like,
well you're sitting at the head of the class, baby.
no, thank you. But I really am. Like, now that I have it, I'm still trying to figure out, okay, I'm here because, I don't know if that really makes me happy now.
Well, and I think this is another thing that is one of those trigger moments because especially as women, we haven't been able to free ourselves up of the idea that we had to be in relationship in order to be valuable.
Oh, yes.
So if you're choosing a relationship and you're choosing your own needs and wants, how long have you spent identifying those beyond this is not, I know I don't want this.
Yes. Well, and it's so much bigger because you come together, I think, as two whole people that touch circles, that little part in the middle where you are,
Where
you
you
know,
overlap.
where you overlap, but it's about, experiencing this journey of life together. But in witnessing is what I really think it is. It's witnessing for the other person. It's
100%.
it's support and respect and companionship, but it's also witnessing for
Yes.
that other person and that other person witnessing who you are. But uh I also think that if you don't have your own circle filled with creating your own happiness, that it's going to be a problem when you try to connect in relationship because then you're going to try to be codependent and be over in the other circle where you shouldn't be, and then that starts to cause all kinds of problems. And
100%. How
yeah.
do you feel about the statement that relationships are hard?
um I think you have to put work into them. I don't think it has
I
to be
agree.
hard. I think it's as hard as you make it. If you're
Yeah.
strong and confident and know yourself and you know how to make yourself happy and you have a fulfilled life and you just want to add a companion to that, then those conversations, hopefully with a mature happy person on the other side.
You're
But
asking a lot.
yeah, I know. But even in the one I have now, it's not perfect, so on either side, so
Yeah.
it's not perfect for him, not perfect for me, on it's never going to be. We are who we are. So I think that if you're not willing to put the work in, then you shouldn't try to have a relationship.
Yeah.
But it doesn't have to
How,
be hard. You know, if you're my way or the highway, that makes it hard. If you're not willing to compromise, then yeah, it's going to be hard because
well, I mean, there's so many people that say, relationships are hard and you really have to work at it and you really have to be in it and you really have to be devoted to it and so
you
on and so
do.
on and so on. And I'm not saying it's not true, but my experience has taught me that if on the front end, a relationship is hard, you're probably in the wrong relationship.
Well,
That,
yeah.
you
Yeah,
know,
I see what you're saying. Like right in the beginning. Yeah, because right
well, and not
now,
even right at the beginning, but like if you can't have a hard moment with someone and come out of it with a deeper understanding of each other, a better understanding of each other, laughing about the whole situation in the end,
yep,
and a way to move forward without feeling like this is over or
yes,
I have to give up everything I want in order for it to maintain itself.
yeah,
You're just in the wrong relationship. And I think the word hard makes it easy for people to stay in relationships that just are bad
yeah,
because the expectation is it's supposed to be difficult.
yeah.
What are you grinning at?
I'm grinning because you know, I have this moment. Yes, it's easier for me to be by myself. Yes, it's easier for me to do everything I want to do on my own. I don't have to have that in my life. Is it preferred? No. Like I think, now I'm understanding I do need and want companionship, but now I'm trying to negotiate and navigate is a better word, uh, what does that mean?
Yeah.
What does that mean to me? Short term and long term, even though, I'm not talking long term right now, but even short term, it's like, what do I want that makes me happy right now? And it's pushing me to really, ironically, want to do more for myself on my own.
Self examination.
Yes. But
Well,
self fulfillment, like it's pushing me
okay.
to say, okay, he can't be the end all be all for everything that is. I can't run to him for everything that I need and want. I can't run to him for every little funny thing that I, see and hear. I can spread that out. It's not just this one person with my laser focus,
Right.
can be intense. So now I, spread that out and say, how do I build this life where I have groups of women that I'm involved with that I can do things with, even, because I'm here not very long during COVID, I don't have that friend base that I had back in Florida. So it's getting me to think, okay, I need to start building some other things in my life to make this also harmonize. So if
Yes.
I harmonize, then the relationship will harmonize.
Yes. So you're not overusing this connection
That's right.
because it's the only connection.
That's right.
Yeah. And I think that's a huge step in the mindset of anybody is you
Yeah,
have to
because I mean,
think,
even in my own family, my relationship, the marital relationships in my own family, they don't have that,
yeah,
barely. Not, a few friends here and there, but they don't have like where they have a passion or they have groups of people that they do things with. It's just very about the family and about their marital relationship and about their
yes.
children. It's not any bigger than that. And, that's just what we were taught. And now I'm realizing that's not the healthiest thing to do.
Well,
You
and
know,
and is that case specific? So is it not the
might be.
healthiest for you? because of who
Might be.
you are and the advancements that you've made.
Yep.
But they're vibrating at a lower level. So maybe that does make their world complete. It would make
Mm.
me flat out crazy. But I recognize that there are people that feel that way. That, like, my family is my life, and I don't need to spend any time anyplace else as long as I'm with my family. And I'm like, if that's what fills up your boat, okay, I that wouldn't even fill up a quarter of my boat,
Yeah.
and that's just me. And
Hmm.
but I recognize that about myself, and then I'm out, trying to figure out how to swim that channel and touch other people, other places, other situations to feed the piece of me that needs more.
Yes. And I think even better, which I'm trying to figure out in my situation, is to have a passion together, like, in tandem together, where
Yes.
you're trying to, um, you're reaching for some kind of goal together with something that you both enjoy. That's
No,
also
mom.
helpful. That's all. That's also helpful because it's you're not focused on uh just each other. You're focused on doing something and meeting a goal together. So it's, I think, really important to try to find something. And I'm still in the midst of trying to find that, but I think I might have in recently found what we're.
Well, I think it's awesome. I think doing the work that you need to do to get to the root of what it is you really want in your life. Not
Mm,
just the root of where's your traumas, where are your challenges, where are your problems, but the root of what makes me happy, what
mm,
keeps me excited, what makes me feel connected and balanced and understood, and so on and so on. That work, individual to individual, can massively make any relationship you have that much more exciting.
yes, it would make it extremely exciting,
Yeah.
and then now you both have something to talk to each other about that you didn't experience with that person, and vice versa. And now you
Yes.
have something cool to bring to the table. Oh my gosh, you're never going to believe what happened, blah, blah, blah. And, it brings some life to the soil of the
A hundred
relationship.
percent. And even if
Yeah.
you're doing something that your partner wouldn't necessarily enjoy, there may be moments where you say, you would have loved this moment,
Yeah. Hmm.
because you're open to seeing the world through their eyes, through that vision, through the way they see it.
Yeah.
So you catch things differently than you would if you were just on the path of
Oh,
everything's got to be my
absolutely.
way.
Absolutely. Yeah. No, 100%.
No, I think it's fabulous. So yeah, everybody should get a little deeper and get to the root.